wouldn't let me rename the stadium. You wouldn't let me build a statue. Now this is fucking happening. What? We're on? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out. This is a wonderful, tremendous day for Everton Football Club. And as a club, an entire club, we could not be happier to announce that a legend has returned to Goodison. He signed a legally binding contract, mate. This is happening. You should have just let me build a statue. So there you have it. Tim Cahill, he has returned to Goodison, and I'm sure you are all as keen as I am to see him in action. So let's get to it. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 6 of The First Star, our Everton challenge to win the Champions League with the club for the first time. And since last episode, as you've just heard, we have made a big, major signing. It was always going to happen. I'm just going to throw it out there. It was always going to happen. Tim Cahill is back at the club. But we'll look through that in just a second. There's been a very strange transfer window so far. Now, we're January 29th. So we still have a few days left here, but you'll see there has been 2 major departures. Now, James McCarthy, I said I wanted to get rid of him. We've done just that. 14.5 million up front, 16.5 with some potential add-ons. He was unhappy. To be honest, he just had kind of fallen out of the squad. He's a good defensive player, and I didn't think we were going to need him. As it turns out, Idrissa Gueye has also left the club, because the Chinese came in with bids of 27 million up front, potentially rising to just under 30 million for a 29-year-old. And I just couldn't turn that down. I just couldn't. And he was on big wages as well. And so I took a calculated risk thinking that I could sign somebody else in midfield, and that's becoming a little bit of a problem, if I'm honest. So I wish now we'd kept James McCarthy, if I'm honest, because he could have done that job for us. But we sold Idrissa Gueye, and the reason I sold Idrissa Gueye is, and I've said this before, is that this next season we have where is he? Out on loan here, out at Bolton. I can't find him now because that's just how it always works, isn't it? Let's see if we can search by position here. He's on loan at Bolton. There he is here, Joe Williams. He's coming back next year, and he is going to be a very good first-team player for us. He's essentially James McCarthy and Idrissa Gueye anyway. So that's why I thought 30 million, I cannot turn that down. We also have Mo Besic coming back as well. We've got him transfer listed right now, but we could always keep him, and he's another player that could do a similar sort of job. So let me know what you think in the comments, but I couldn't turn that money down. So yeah, now we're scrambling, basically, trying to get in another midfielder. But let's have a look at the big ones that came in. Tim Cahill. Now, to be honest, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. And when we have a look at the fixtures, he's doing okay. He's not doing too badly at all. So yeah, I did kind of sign him because he's Tim Cahill and he was always coming back. But he's not too bad. Now, but this guy, I am excited about. 9.75 million, potentially rising to 35 with add-ons like if we win the also if we qualify for the Champions League, 50 goals, 50 appearances, things like that. But look at this guy's attributes. We'll just click on the name, it's easier. Look at those physical stats. Jumping reach and pace and strength and stamina. He has everything. Just acceleration is maybe a little bit down. Decent finishing though, good off the ball. He could be an absolute superstar. I'm just trying to decide what position best to train him in. I'm wondering if there is a complete forward in there. His vision and passing isn't the best, which makes me think maybe the deep lying playmaker role, the deep lying forward part of the role, he wouldn't be the best at. But I'm thinking everything else there is a deep lying forward. Good determination as well. So I'm really happy to have signed him. I think he'll do a really good job for us. So Davy Selke, I think you'd pronounce that, a German, not yet international, but undoubtedly one day he will be just that. Now let's have a look at what has happened since last episode. We will be showing, I should have mentioned earlier, West Ham away and Wolverhampton in the league this particular episode. But let's have a look at how we did. You can see lots of green dots. That's what we like to see. First up, we played Huddersfield, and this was a hard-fought game that we did deserve to win. You can see there we deserved to win, but it was tough. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin got the goals. Cahill made his debut off the bench in this one. And yeah, good, strong 3 points, but a really tough game, even though it was at home. Sunderland, the FA Cup, and look at the goal scorer, Tim Cahill, back on the score sheet. Calvert-Lewin with a double as well. We absolutely dominated this game. You can see they only had a single shot on goal, which happened to go in, which was unfortunate. But absolutely dominated it. And Tim Cahill, look at that, just amazing. And Calvert-Lewin as well, with the 2 goals, did quite well himself. Then we played Burnley in the league, and this was an even game, to be honest. Look at those those goal scorers again, though. Cahill at the double, everybody. Tim Cahill with the double. Richarlison got the other one. Again, it was a relatively even game, as you can see down here. We were just better in front of goal because we had the legend himself, Tim Cahill, banging them in up there for us. So yeah, an even game. Don't let the score deceive you there. That was a tough game for us. Then we played Fulham, and we absolutely destroyed Fulham. Bernard was sensational. Baines with a penalty as well. Look at that. A single shot they had the entire game. Absolutely destroyed what turned out to be a poor Fulham team. And then FA Cup fourth round, we played Bristol City. We were again dominant in this game, but just some poor finishing. Again, you can see not a single shot on goal for them. Josh Bowler with his first for the club, and Davy Selke with his first for the club as well. So it's good to get him off the mark nice and early. And like I say, just good, strong, dominant performances. In the fifth round, we have Burnley at home. Now, if that league game's anything to go by, it will be tough, but you would fancy us to be able to get the job done there. Let's have a look at what all that means for the league table, and we are sitting pretty up in fourth position, back in that top four. Only 3 points off Manchester United in third, but 4 points off Spurs, and a nice little gap to Arsenal and Chelsea as well. I don't know, I'm beginning to think we might be a chance of doing this, guys. We might just be a chance. But to do that, we have to go and beat West Ham. And let's go and see the lineup of the team that we're sending out to play them. And it is Pickford in goal. It's Baines, Mina, Zuma and Coleman across the back fours. Schneiderlin and Davies in midfield. Richarlison, Sigurdsson and Bernard. They provide the bullets for Tim Cahill. Was there anybody else going to start up front to fire home? A few injuries to fill you in on as well. Selke is just, I think he's just sick. Oh, it's changed. Anyway, so let's do Michael Keane then. He's out for about 3 weeks. He's got a knee injury, I think it was, ankle injury. Lucas Digne, 2 months. He has a torn hamstring, so that's why Baines is starting. We're a little bit thin at left back as well, but we do have Gibson and we do have Galloway as well, so we should be able to sort of scrounge our way through. And yeah, David Selke was 2 days. It's just he was sick, I think, yeah. So we're going to try to get rid of Nias as well. I don't think that's going to happen. What I should also just fill you in on here is, before we get to the game, is just who we're looking to bring in. This is the guy I'm looking to sign to replace the departed midfielders. Really good. It's described as a wonder kid. Really good all-round midfielder. So we're trying to bring him in. The problem that we have is our transfer, the money we have for transfers, the money that we have for wages. We're right on the borderline of both. And he also wants quite a big sign-on fee, which is it's just a bit touch and go whether we're going to be able to get that across the line. But we'll find all that out before the end of the episode, of course, because the transfer window will close. But let me know what you think in the comments of the business that we've done. Like I say, I wasn't expecting to sell Idrissa Gueye, but having Joe Williams coming back next season, I couldn't turn down 30 million for a 30-year-old. It was just too good to carry on. I was reading carry on there. Too good to turn down. What do we say here? Do we say go on and carry on? I want to say no pressure. Clock is ticking. You're all sitting here watching me as I think frantically what to do here. Let's just say carry on from last match. I don't like saying that, but we'll do it. Just carry on. We've got Cahill now. He'll bang in the goals. What I'm trying to do as well is get Jagielka out of the club for as little as we can, because we're not really using him anyway. He's on 50, 60 grand a week, and that will free up some wages then. And I can use that to kind of put in towards the transfer budget. It's just, yeah, it's a little bit touch and go. I'd sold Stecklenburg for £1 million, which for a 36-year-old goalkeeper I thought was quite good. I'd signed a replacement Serbian guy that's in Israel. If you'll be familiar with him, I'm sure, Rejakovic or something. But we had to cancel that because I couldn't get him in and a midfielder, and I feel like the midfielder need is a little bit more right now. We got Baningame on the bench. I mean, he can do a job for us, but I don't really want to rely on him long term. Schneiderlin, that's a decent effort. Out of the blue somewhat. Chelsea's behind to Arsenal, it looks like. Yeah, I feel like if we can get this Berg guy in, we'll be doing okay. And the worst thing, as I said before, I have the rule where the scouts have to find a player. I can't just go and search for names that I know, because otherwise you end up with the same team every save I do, and that would be boring for everybody. So I know guys that I want to sign, but the scouts haven't found them, so I can't go and do it. Otherwise, we could replace them, no problem. We could replace them both for less money, and it would just be sort of job done. But yeah, like I say, if you watch my Aston Villa save, then you'd see basically the same team in different jerseys. So that's why I'm not doing that. Oh, decent cross. Zuma's there to head away. A big few games here for Yerry Mina. Oh, that's a simple goal. That is poor. Big few games here for Yerry Mina as well, because he's on a lot of money and he's a really good central defender, don't get me wrong, I know that. But it's not the best header from Zuma. Maybe just put that one out in future. But the thing is, we have too many players on really high wages for where we are as a club right now. The stadium isn't big enough to sort of be able to absorb those sorts of wages. And that's why we're sort of in the financial position we're in as well, where we're just in massive, massive debt. Let's give this a demand more when we can. I don't like... Come on, Timmy. Fire up, mate. We've been playing... So you know what it is? Because the team talks have been just saying no pressure, no pressure. And I haven't been able to do that here. And I feel like the team talks options have let me down, if that's such a thing. It's been a relatively even game, hasn't it? Not much has happened. These are the sorts of games we need to be winning, though. Let's go aggressive. Let's say there's more to come. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Let's tell Schneiderland. With a bit of passion, there's more to come from him. I should have said that calmly in hindsight. Alright, so the other talks have done nothing. Let's just get back out there and see, with their ears ringing, what we can do here. We do have Tosan on the bench. We could look to bring on... Richarlison's looking anxious as well. Maybe I shouldn't have yelled at them. Alright, here's a chance. Here we go. This is going to be our highlight. Schneiderland. Decent ball forward for Colwyn. That's a cracking pass. Can he pick out Timmy in the middle? He can't right now. But here we go. Richarlison. It's still there for us. It's still there. Sigurdsson. Oh, Tim Cahill. He's offside. But that was... He's just been in magnificent form. It's better than I could have ever dreamed. Let's give it a calm down. We're looking anxious down here. I don't like that. That didn't work. Let's go attacking. Oh, I've been playing so well. All right, here we go. From the corner. This is one for Timmy. It's there. Cahill! He's just warming up. He's just warming up. It's coming. It's coming. Come on, boys. All right, no. Get this away. Get that away. Get that away. Away. Oh. Just about managed to do that. All right, let's have a think about this. Let's give it a demand more here, I think. I don't like anxious players. Why are we looking so anxious? There we go. That's focused them. I'm wondering if we just go maybe a little bit more direct with our passing. So we're not really creating much right now. Defensively, we haven't been too bad. If we need to look at making subs here, Calvert-Lewin's been doing okay. You know what else we might do, actually? So let's stop exploiting the flanks, because we're not doing... Let's just try exploiting the middle. And let's maybe go back to slightly shorter passing. Alright, come on, boys. Come on. I'm wondering if we go two up top, put Sigurdsson out wide, and get Tosan playing off of Cahill. I might try that, because this isn't working. This is just not working right now. Or, hang on, I wonder if we play with a winger. Let's try wingers first. Richarlison's not playing well. Which is annoying because, I wonder if we can play Calvert-Lewin out there. No, not really. So we'll undo that. What we'll do, we'll bring Tosan on for him. We'll do a switch. We'll do a switch. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Switch those two. That's what I wanted to do. Just play your elevator waiting music while I struggle through this. Cahill is the target man. Tosan as the advanced forwards. Could we play him as a poacher? I don't like poachers. Let's get this going and just see if we can rescue this. This has been really disappointing because we had been playing really well and I thought I kind of nailed it. But come on, boys, let's get creative. It just hasn't quite worked out. All right, here we go. Is this going to be a highlight for us? Tom Davies. It's a decent... I was worried we were going to get that cut out there. Baines in for Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson loses out, but it's still there for us. Davies, what can he do? In for Tosan, for Bernard. Bernard for Timmy Cahill! I told you he was good. The legend is back at the club, and the legend grows. That's a wonder goal from Tim Cahill. Back in the goals at Everton. That's his 4th of the year already. He hasn't even been here a month, and he's got 4 goals. And you all laughed at me. You said, what are you doing, you Australian moron? Well, pick that out, boys, because that is a wonder goal. That is just what he can do. Super Timmy Cahill. Go to the corner flag, mate. Get it in there. Whoa, that's what we like to see. All right, are we going to throw it all away now? Get it clear. Away. Good claim from Jordan Pickford. All right, that's got me fired up. Let's keep attacking them. Let's go and get this winner. The 2 up top has definitely made a difference, hasn't it? Here we go, Cahill. Oh, he can assist as well. He's just a wonderful player. Tucson. That's not good. We've got too many men forward now. We've overcommitted. What are we doing? That's a good tackle from Seamus. There's a ball down the line. Can Bernard get to that? Can he ever? All right, let's get another one for Timmy on the double. It's back post. It's Sigurdsson! We've turned it around. That's great stuff. All right. Let's just slowly back this off a little bit now. Don't need to be attacking anymore. This is just wonderful flowing football. Good ball for Bernard. We have to wonder what West Ham's doing. They're so far up the pitch. And Sigurdsson at the back post. That is a good strike as well. 8th goal for Gylfi. And there we go. Suddenly, they are just all at sea, West Ham. What a turnaround this has been. Tim Cahill suddenly just player of the match. All right, let's try and concentrate here, Mr. Aussie Villain. What do we say? Let's give it a... I don't know what to say. Let's not say anything. If you don't know what to say, don't say nothing at all. Let's slow it down. Let's waste time. Be more disciplined. Play for set pieces. We'll regroup instead of counter-pressing. We'll slow it down. And we might just sit a little bit deeper. I'm always nervous doing that, but we're into the point of the game now where I think it's necessary. Yerry Mina's looking tired. Here comes the corner. Come on, boys, get that away. Oh, that's lucky. That is lucky. Let's tighten up. Let's go defensive. And 5 minutes of stoppage time. Where has that come, referee? Are we going to be hanging on? Have we gone too defensive too early? What are we doing? Oh, I thought that was in. What a goal it would have been as well. Let's maybe make a time-wasting sub here. Yerry Mina looks really tired. I don't want to take him off, though. Let's bring Benning on for Tom Davies. Let's just try and shore up midfield, perhaps. Can we play him as a defensive midfielder? Yeah, he can do a job there for us. Very nicely done. You know what else we can do, actually? I probably should have done this sooner. We can... Can we drop him in? Perfect. Timmy can just play in a little bit. Can he actually play? He can play properly in midfield, can't he? Kind of, not really. Well, you know what we can do? We have Gomez. We can just applaud Mr. Cahill off the field. We can play him box to box. And we'll just play Tucson as a deep lying forward. Just to try and hold the ball up there for us. That all works beautifully. And come on, boys. Let's see this out now. This would be a massive 3 points on the road after being a goal down and looking like we didn't know what a football was. Never mind how to play it. All right, come on, boys. Let's get this ball out. Let's not let him shoot. Oh, Jesus. I think we've just about managed to do this. A cracking Tim Cahill goal. And what's going on there? We've got an injury. Chelsea's turned it around at Arsenal. Look at that. Is that who's on the ground there? Is it Schneiderlin on the ground? That looks serious. We can't afford to lose another midfielder. Has the game broken? What is going on here? No, he's fine. Up he gets, and off he goes. Schneiderlin, don't do that to me, mate. Give me a little sneaky thumbs up. It's just time wasting. That's all that is in hindsight. That's fine. Sigurdsson, can he put the icing on the Everton cake here? Wasting more time. I like this. Get in there, Gylfi. Alright, we are kind of taking the piss a little bit now. West Ham fans absolutely going crazy, I would imagine. Because West Ham fans, London fans in general, are known to be very well level. I mean, we can't really talk. We're all like that, aren't we? But there it is. There it is. Bernard with a cracking run. Tim Cahill. But really, guys, Tim Cahill. Leave your tributes in the comments. Superb comeback. And I will accept all your apologies as well. And is it too late to revisit the renaming of the stadium? I don't think it is. I think it's, if anything, it's more apt now than it ever was before. Tim Cahill, man of the match, what is he, 39 now, I think? Just a god amongst men. Alright guys, wait right there, we'll be back for Wolverhampton. Okay, welcome back, here we go. We're going to play Wolves at Goodison Park, and you can see we've got a nice little 4-point gap over Everton, who are 5th. Now, they did annoyingly beat Liverpool in this week just gone. But if we can manage to beat Wolves here, that's a nice little 7-point gap, and then suddenly Champions League, the dream. I didn't think we'd do it this year, but it just starts to look like it might be a little bit more realistic. Now, there could be a spanner in the works. So if we have a look at transfers, I did not get in another midfielder, and in the effort to do so, weakened the team more by getting rid of Cahill. So it's gone a little bit wrong, if I'm honest. Yeah, we had to deal with that Berg guy. The first one fell through because, as I suspected, we were a little bit short on the wages and on the sign-on fees and that. We renegotiated it. Everything was good. It was going to go through, and then the deadline fell before he accepted. So we missed out. So we're a little bit thin on midfielders for the rest of the year. But if we can stay clear of injuries, we should be okay. We have 4 options. Sigurdsson maybe as a 5th. So we'll see how we do. Anyway, this is the team for Wolves. It's Pickford in goal. It's Baines, Mina, Zuma, and Coleman. It's Schneiderlin and Davies. It's Richarlison, Sigurdsson, and Burnley played really well as a winger last game. So let's put him back out there. And also Cahill, the Superman, up top. I think Bernard played well as a winger on the other side, but we'll try him out there for now, and we'll see. We can always switch the two of them over if we have to. What do we say? I want to go back to my no pressure, if I can, please, Mr. Game. There we go. Go out there, play your natural game. Some calm, we have faith. And let's put on a display in front of the Goodison faithful here. So there we go. It's a little bit disappointing not to get that another midfielder in, just as cover, if nothing else. But yeah, we'll make do. We'll make do with what we have, and as I said, as long as we don't get an injury crisis, there's 4 players that can play in the middle there. We can put Sigurdsson in as a stretch to make 5. Someone like Cahill could play in there if he absolutely had to. And we haven't used Jagielka all season, really. So between Galloway and Gibson, we should be able to cover it if we would have needed him. Here's a chance of Bernard! What a goal from Bernard! He is in the form of his life right now. A little bit of a slow start to the season, but he is just turning into a wonderful, wonderful player for us. And what a goal that is. I thought Sigurdsson was going to get caught on the ball there. Back to Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin, nothing ball forward, wasn't it? Picked up by Bernard with not the best header out, and just have some of that. Have some of that. All right, let's give this a demand more. Let's see if we can push on from that and go and get a second goal now. Yeah, I mean, if, and it's a big if, I know, but if we hang on and we end up getting the 3 points here, 7 points clear of 5th place, you start to dream, don't you? I was really just thinking if we get Europa League this year, maybe get 6th, 5th, maybe sneak above 2 of the top 6. That would be a really, really good season for us. But it's just turning into a wonderful, wonderful season. We've got Cahill in scoring goals as well. It couldn't be any better, could it? There it is, into the box. It's away! Offside! Yerry Mina. We don't have some half-good options from corners, do we? Cahill's not bad. Yerry Mina's an absolute monster. Zuma's a bit of a beast in the air as well. Here's another chance. Cahill holds it up nicely for Sigurdsson to run onto. Sigurdsson. Gylfi. Just there for Cahill. Shoot, Mr. Cahill, shoot. Goes for Schneiderlin, and now we find ourselves on the counter-attack. Cahill's not being selfish there. He should have been selfish. It's Adama Traore. He has pace to burn. Oh, it's a good run. It's Pickford. Was it last episode he did that? I think it was last episode, wasn't it? Who was that against? I want to say Watford, because I seem to always lose against Watford. Well, it was Southampton, wasn't it? I think it was Southampton. Or am I thinking of my Villa save? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter because it didn't end up in a goal. Let's see what we can do here. I do have Salke on the bench. This time he's back from his flu, whatever it was he had. So we might look to give him a run out in the second half here. Cahill's not having the best game. To be honest, no one really is. It's a tight game, isn't it? It's a tight game. We got that early goal from Bernard, and since then, not too much has happened. I should say too, I don't know if I did mention, there will be a goals in the month after this game, so do stick around, win, lose, or draw for that. Hopefully it'll be a win. It better not be a draw, or I will be very unhappy. Let's say we're far from pleased. That's maybe a bit harsh on them, but wasn't the best, was it? A good start, and then it kind of went downhill from there. Hopefully we can fire him up a little bit into getting this second goal. And then at 2-0, you'd start to fancy us at home, wouldn't you? Wolves have a new manager. V.S. Boas is their new manager. Nuno Espirito Santo has been sent off to his own thing. Bernard was almost a carbon copy, wasn't it, of the first goal there. All right, from the corner, we've got Cahill, we've got Mina, we've got options in there. Zuma's in there as well, and it's straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. That's a little bit disappointing. Let's give it a show some passion. We just need to try and spark them here. Let's focus them a little bit. In terms of changes, do we take Richarlison off? He's not having a good game, is he? And we might do that. You know what we might do? We'll take him off. We'll bring Calvert-Lewin on. And we'll switch these two over because Bernard was quite good. I'm pretty sure he was playing on the right wing, wasn't he? Last game when we turned it around. We've got faith in Calvert-Lewin to go out there and do a job. Just not quite Richarlison's game, that one, was it? Not at his best. Let's give it maybe demand more. We might look. Every time we get an injury now, I'm going to worry it's one of our midfielders. We do have Manchester United coming up after this. So I'm sort of want to save legs where I can. It's a full week's break, I think. This is a Sunday, and I think it's the Saturday game, sort of the following week in the game. So there's plenty of time in between. This is dangerous. That was very, very close. Do we need to perhaps start to look at shutting this game down and admitting to ourselves that it's not going to be a free scoring game like it potentially looked like it could have been when Bernard put that early goal in? Mina for Schneiderlin. The good thing about Schneiderlin is that he can play quite comfortably as a deep-lying playmaker in front of the back four. There's a good ball for Cahill. What can Timmy do? Cross for Davies. Can Davies find Bernard? I mean, he kind of did, but Bernard wasn't reading it. Is this going to come back the other way? No, Zuma's done really, really well there. I would like to try and sign Kurt Zouma permanently if we can. I'm not sure how successful that's going to be because he's a really good player and I would imagine Chelsea would want him. The only good news to come out of, that's a terrible ball from Mina, but Schneiderlin's there, to come out of not signing him was we have 21 million transfer fees right now in the bank. I'm tempted to go and make that signing anyway. Pickford, you give me a heart attack, mate. For Berg, and just get that done for the summer. There's a good ball in Cahill! Oh, Timmy Cahill! Off to the corner flag, buddy. There we go. 2-0, and that should seal it for us. Now, what we might look to do is watch the replay, of course, because everybody loves a good Tim Cahill goal. I tell you, you're laughing at me, and I was kind of not expecting this when I signed it. I wasn't expecting 5 goals in 5 games, that's for sure. One of those games was off the bench. It's 5 goals in 4 starts. What we will do is we will rest the great man there. Give us a chance to see Selke, the new boy. I'm wondering if we look to maybe rest Tom Davies for Beningame. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly now that I've got my pronunciation lesson. Let's show some passion here. Davies is looking a little tired. Let's do that. Oh, no, Coleman's injured. So we'll have to bring Holgate on for him. That's fine. Hopefully nothing too serious for Seamus. If we've got him off nice and quick, it should be fine. So there we go. Let me know in the comments what you think of the transfer window. As I said, Tim Cahill, great signing, or the greatest signing. I think they're probably the 2 options we need to work with. And can we get a sneaky goal here to put the icing on the cake? Bernard, what a strike that is. That was a tracer bullet. There was no way any keeper was saving that. That is his 2nd of the game, his 10th of the season, and suddenly Bernard has just erupted as an Everton player. He's the best player in the Premier League right now. And if we can play like this, keep playing like this, keep scoring the goals that we're scoring, is it too late to make a run for the title? We're going to be in the Champions League next season, boys, the way we're going. And that is just phenomenal. You can have one. You can have one, Wolves, honestly. Consolation. Consolation. There we go. Not happening. It's not happening. As a Villa fan, I don't really want Wolves to score here. I'm sort of, being all the big bravado. That's a cracking result, boys. That's a really good performance. Some stunning goals from Bernard. A wonder goal from Tim Cahill, but you just expect that. Oh, and I should say, too, with Jackie Elga leaving, Cahill is the new captain. leading from the front, though, I mean, it was always going to happen. It's just always going to happen. When he eventually retires, which we will fight against, I've offered him a 5-year contract, but he will, of course, then become our assistant manager, just as long as we all know this up front. There won't be any surprises later on. Sensational in front of goal that time, Bernard. And there we go. So, guys, just goals of the month to come, but that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know why we have the silly look. Let's have a look at the table, actually. Look at that. Just embrace what is a 7-point gap. Equal on points with Manchester United, though they do have a game in hand. I think the title's gone. That's going to take one hell of a run that I don't think we're capable of. But like I said, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new as well. We will be back on Friday for, it has to be Chelsea-Arsenal, because they're two of the teams that can catch us for the Champions League. Two teams you would perhaps expect to be above us. And so that will be Friday's episode. Absolutely massive. If we can get even 2 points, just keep them where they are behind us, then that would be a massive step towards the Champions League next season, won't it? But that's it for today, though, guys. Let me know what you think of the signings, especially to Mr. Tim Cahill. And here are our goals of the month for January, and I will see you on Friday. Take care.